Hello, this is Jarrett Lau with Profitable Properties Boston. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about buying an investment condo. And how's that different than a multifamily or single family home? So a condominium is a group of different units within a building that typically different condos are owned by different people. They're typically, depending upon the size of the association, managed by an association management company. And this association management company will collect condo fees to be able to help pay out the expenses as well, create budgets, handle vendors, things of that nature. A lot of newer investors will buy condos at the beginning because it's easier, there's less maintenance to take care of, the roofs are taken care of, the snow, the landscaping, all by the management company. They facilitate all that, but there's a fee that goes along with it. And we manage condo associations, so we're a proponent of it as well, but when it comes to owning an investment property, you have to calculate those type of things into your fee. Again, risk versus reward and the amount of work that you do. So if you buy a condo, we're going to look at and try to make sure when you're making the offer that the property is in good condition. Because again, at the end of the day, you are not controlling those finances or what happens at the building. If you don't know that there's a roof that has to be replaced in the next year, you might get hit with a really big charge. They might call it an assessment. They might have an increase in condo fees. The building might have to loan out money and borrow and then charge you additional. So these are the type of things that you have to ask the right questions. So we're going to say, hey, are there any planned capital improvements? What's the age of the roof? What's the age of the boilers? What's the maintenance that you guys do? Have there been any issues in the past? We're going to read through what they call the minutes, right? The minutes of the board, the minutes of annual meetings. This is the meetings of the management company, the board, maybe all the ownership of what's going on in the building, what's coming up, what issues to be aware of, right? These all have to be documented. And then you're going to have an understanding of really what's going on. And when you have an understanding of what's going on, you can avoid those buildings that are saying, well, oh, we have this issue, this owner's not paying, right? The finances aren't good, we're going to need an assessment, right? Historically, what's it looking like in the building? Now, some really well-managed buildings, you might be great. You got to watch the condo fees that are too low. What they say is if something looks too good to be true, it probably is. I like those associations where it comes reasonably what those expenses are. And that comes down looking at the budgets and the expenses. So because I developed them for tons of our condo associations, I'm aware of something just doesn't look right? They might budget a certain amount and in the last 3 years they were over that. Why would they do that? Because they just want the budget to look good, be approved, but at the end of the day, be over budget, have to collect an assessment. That isn't the way that it should be run, right? You want to be able to make sure that you have a management company that's doing this properly, right? You want to see how the building's maintained. If you're going up, the steps are loose, railings are loose, that's just a lawsuit waiting to happen, right? You do not want to go into buildings that are mismanaged with it. In addition, you're going to want to knock on doors, talk to neighbors, see how they like things, or there's 6 units being sold in a building, right? That might be an indicator that something's going on, that you got to not buy in that property. So again, that awareness of looking at that property, the condition of it, what else is going on historically of it, the finances of it, the plans of it, right? And then talk to the board members as well. That's a huge extra step, right? You're talking to the management company, how are they as people? And if you have a board that just does what they want with the building, their finances, that is not the situation you want to be in. You would never give your wallet over to someone and be like, hey, there you go, right, with your hundreds of thousands of dollar investment. As you buy condos, you just want to be aware of all these type of things. And that's our job at Profitable Properties Boston, to be able to help guide you through that, do that due diligence, figure out the right property, the right neighborhoods, right building and management company to work with when it comes to buying a condo. And then obviously figuring out the rents, right? What's going to be included, what's not, what other rents in the building are going for, and we'll guide you through that. So if you or anyone else is looking to buy an investment property, condo in the greater Boston area, please think of Profitable Properties Boston.